Folks, if you paid attention to my daily financial news over the last year or so, I have used a phrase, the marginal buyer or buyers at the margin. I don't think I've done a great job of talking what it is, and why it is something we should all pay attention to. So we're going to dig into this with the one and only Matt, the mortgage guy. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good, Mike. How you doing?
I'm doing well. So when I talk marginal buyer, you are right in the catbird nest to kind of see it happen on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. So why don't you talk about what you're seeing and really highlight what a marginal buyer is, and then we'll talk about why we all need to be paying attention.
Right. And for me, the simple way to think about it is, of course, there's have to buyers. Relocated for job, divorce, unfortunately, people are splitting up there's have to buyers. And then there's buyers that, hey, I just got into my new career. We're thinking about having a kid in a year, been renting. I'm 33 years old. I want to buy. They are not forced to buy, but they're thinking about it. They get themselves pre-approved and it either works or it doesn't. And they're kind of on the fence, really. And what I see in my personal business, what me and you, talk about a little bit offline is, you go from 6.5 to 6.75 to 7 to 7.25. And that pool of buyers that are like, I might do it, I might buy in 2023 shrinks. And
Right.
At 7.25 or 7.26, wherever we're at currently, like 80% of those buyers are just saying, pause.
Yeah.
I'm going to hold off for now.
Yeah, so I think there's a couple of things I want to highlight for this and kind of bring some education. When you have an econ degree, you actually learn something pretty early on that probably surprises people. Demand, in this case a buyer, is actually a two-step function. So the best example might be a Ferrari or something really extravagant, right? A lot of people want a Ferrari. That is step one. Step two of a demand cycle is you can actually buy it or afford it or get approved or whatever the vocabulary you want to use is. And that's where in many cases it all falls apart because lots of people want stuff, but less people typically want to do it. So when we're talking about the marginal buyer in housing today, I actually think the mortgage market, frankly, where you play every day, has taught buyers something by accident. What do I mean by that? If you go back and look at the interest rate chart, we saw three noticeable spikes. Last July or August, it broke through 6 and hit 7, came back down to 599. Then that went up, it broke or almost got to 7 or went over 7, came back down. And now we're in our third spike. And unfortunately, we're hitting higher highs, which if you have trends, that means we're going up from here. But what I think the marginal buyer is, I think the marginal buyer is rather simple. And they're basically saying, and I think 7% bad, 6% good. And now the month of August, which we're now August 16th as of this recording, I think we're above 7 all month, which hasn't happened, right? It's been a couple of spikes, right? So I think the marginal buyer sees 7 and goes, I'm out. Hit pause to use your word.
Right.